Hi everyone, Ben here from Art Less Ordinary. So I am going to do a multi-ring pour today. So the colours I have are mont in pink, light purple, cerulean blue and turquoise. And I have black and white. The white is eraldo di paulo because I have run out of mont white at the moment, and so has the shop until I get some online. So what I have done is I have mixed these up, about 45 grams paint, 45 grams floetrol, and I think it was 6 grams water for the colours. The black and the white are about 75 grams paint, 75 grams floetrol, and I think it was 10 or 11 grams water, but they're all the same consistency now. So what I need to do is make up my colours. So I'm going to put these over so I don't knock them. But what I want to do is I'm going to put in just a tad of pink, then a little bit of white, and not much. I probably have too much white and too much black, but I'd rather have a little bit extra than not enough. Might just put that on the edge there. Then a bit more pink. These are going to drip. These paper cups have a much wider lip, but Australia is banning, well, I don't know if they're banning, but most of the shops now won't sell plastic cups anymore. So I have to use the paper ones. I understand it's an environmental thing. Just once they've got the paint in them, I can't reuse a paper cup when I could have washed plastic, but can't get hold of them to be able to do that. And I'm knocking paint on my hands. So all I'm going to do is just layer this pink, white, pink, black, pink, white, pink, black. And same with the other colours. Each time I do a layer, I add a little bit more colour. And these paints are relatively thick because I'm doing a ring pour. If I want, oh, sugar. Oh well. I just put the black and the white next to each other, which I was not planning on doing. That's okay. It's because I was talking, I wasn't concentrating. That's fine. I just will do another black layer here. The black and the white are mostly just for some contrast. And more pink. Probably going to use the rest of this up. So the other reason I'm not as keen on the paper cups is you can't actually store it in that cup for too long because the cups start getting moist from the moisture in the thing. So I can't make the paints up a long time beforehand, but that's just how it goes. So there's the pink one. I'm going to put that aside and then move on to the light purple. So I'm going to keep these cups here in case they drip. At least the colour is near where it is, where that ring is going to be. The white I'll always put back onto that corner. So again, I have no idea if this is going to be awesome or not. I'm just having fun. Another full-on day at work, so you come home and you have fun doing a painting. That is really what it's all about for me, is just enjoying myself on my time off. So I'm going to try not to put the black and the white together on these other colours as much as I can. I just don't really want the black and the white to mix and make too much grey. Okay, and I'm going to add a bit of white to the top again. So I don't mind if I use up all the white. If I have any black left over, I will just use that on the corners as kind of like a paint extender. Now we're going for the blue. So these are all pastel-y colours, which are probably all going to be, I think they're all opaques. Just what I felt like doing at the time. Should be nice and bright. A little bit more. Should be nice and bright artwork. So that's what I felt like, having something a little bit bright and cheery. So the one difference I'm going to have here is this one here is going to have black at the top, not the white. For two reasons. One, I'm running out of white, and two, I wanted it to be laid in that way. And now our turquoise. The turquoise, I didn't add as much water to it because turquoise paint is always thinner. Nearly every brand I have brought, turquoise is thin. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Certain colours are often thinner or thicker, just innate, like that's how they seem to be. It's not always a rule, but it seems to be with a few brands of the turquoise that I've got, they all are thinner. Sorry if I go a bit quiet, it's just me concentrating. Okay, there we go, that's them. Just going to pour a little bit of black on the four corners that I will This isn't 100% necessary, I just had enough left over, so I thought I might as well. And while I'm here, I'm just going to coat the sides. Probably won't do the top and the bottom edge sides. Don't really think it's necessary. I mostly just want to get these corners done. And again, if you don't have enough paint, don't worry about this part. I'm just doing it because I had black left over, and I do sometimes worry if the paint doesn't go all the way to the corner without me changing my picture too much. So this way here gives me a little bit of an option if I don't want to ruin my rings. I can just leave the corners as plain black. Excellent. So I'm going to start this way and move over that way. So what I will do, is I poured it in from that side. So I'm going to pinch the cup on the side part because will make the colours blend a little bit better with the rings. So that should be about right. Maybe put the pink a little bit more there. Now I've got coloured fingers. Okay, and just start off, then just do rings. Always got to watch your black, it can take over. As in, I can see here, there's a lot more black and white and a lot of pink. Getting a bit of grey there. That's why I don't always add the black and the white together when I do rings or anything where I'm going to jiggle the cup a lot. Slow it down a little bit. Okay, I'm just going to put that aside. Now I'm going to start on the purple and pinch it that way now. Now these are going to push against each other. So hopefully as I spread this out, I will get less black, because yeah, I wasn't planning on having so much black in this. I wanted it more for contrast, not for as a main feature. But we will see. Pinch this one here. So all I'm doing is just doing rings. As the paint comes out slower, you just slow down your rings. Oops. That cup was getting in the way. And now the last one, which is really pushing up against So I'm just tilting the canvas a little bit so it doesn't run off this edge. Go away. Oh, a little bug just flew in the middle of my artwork. Just going to hold that there. My tweezers. Naughty bug. Okay, I'm going to have to put gloves on because I am going to get covered in paint. Okay. So the blue looks a little bit squashed at the moment, but as I start tilting it, it will all spread out a little bit. So I'm just going to go sideways a little bit. Get a bit of that paint going down to this side. I'm going to come back these all a little bit more in line. And then I'm going to tilt down. Just go slowly, paint, don't rush. Okay, coming back up. Don't want that purple one was kind of coming off the canvas too much. So that's why I decided to stop tilting downwards. So sometimes it's hard to getting all the paint to go at the same time. As you can see, it's definitely, this side's moving more. Alright, and stop there. Bring the paint down. I think my rings weren't even enough, to be quite honest. But we will see. So we're bringing the paint down to this bottom corner on this side. Okay, now going to go up. Okay, that's probably about enough. I'm going to bring the weight of the paint just back down to the center. And then see if I can squash this side back to a little bit more even shape. So it looks like the blue and the purple in the middle are going to stay thinner, and these two side ones are going to be more dominant. Especially that blue. That blue's kind of become really small because this one pushed into it too much. Gonna have to go back. I'm going to stop there for a second. Now, one way I can actually do this, I'm going to take this glove off here. I'm going to see if I can get my hand underneath the canvas and slightly push up in that blue and purple area. See if I can stretch them out without stretching out the other colours. You don't want to push too hard because you don't want to damage the canvas. Not happening so much. That's a bit better. Sorry for my wiggles. I'm trying to get myself a little bit more even. So what I'm doing is I'm stretching out this blue part. Now I'm going to do the same to this purple and try and push that down into the pink area a little bit. It's not going to make a huge difference, but it'll make some. Definitely a lot more black than I had planned. Okay, I think that's going to be about enough. If I try and do too much more, I'm just going to alter it more than I would want to. It's heavy. A lot of paint on there. And a lot of paint all over me. Got paint drips all over my arm from putting my hands underneath the canvas like that. Okay. See, I got paint all over me. So I'm actually quite happy. It's definitely, I didn't plan for it to be as dark, as black as it was. I was planning for it to be a bit more colour. But I actually don't mind the black. I kind of think it is going to make those colours jump out a little bit. So all as I am going to do is get this plain black. There's a tiny little bit left in the cup. And just put a little bit more on that edge there. Because I didn't go all the way over on this side of the canvas. That side doesn't really look like it needs it. This side just needs a tiny little dab. So that's why it was good to actually cover those edges, and that corner looks like it's okay. So that's why it was a good idea to actually just paint those four corners, just in case it didn't go over. And we are going to scrape this. So, like normal, we should do this with every artwork, even if it just puts you in the routine of doing it, if you don't actually have to. Because if you forget, it can alter your artwork overnight, or when you do your artwork, and change it quite a lot. So I try to scrape every single time. Even if it doesn't look like it needs it, it's worth doing. Now these cups look really cool in here. Can you see all the patterns? Sometimes it's a shame you can't keep your cups as an artwork. There we go. Just check that again in another 10 minutes or so, and just make sure it's still not dripping. If it's dripping off one side, then you know your table's not level. Alright, that's all the drips. Okay, now all I can do is wait and let this dry. Will I torch it? I probably should have torched it before I started tilting, but I was worried it was going to go over the edge. Just going to give it a quick little torch. Just make sure these bubbles are popped. it's quite thick, so some of them are taking a little bit to pop. Alrighty, that's it. Done. Awesome. So yeah, the only thing I would have liked the blue to be a little bit bigger, but it's fluid art. You can't always predict that. So what I probably would do next time is I may do the 2 center ones first and then do the 2 outer ones. Because as the weight of the paint, they do start sinking the canvas, and I think that the blue one just got a little bit more squished up, but it still looks cool. And I love this one. This one's really come out quite nice. So I'm going to bring you down for a close-up and see what you guys think. Okay, there we go. The colours aren't coming out in camera as good as they could be. This is definitely more pink. That's similar in purple. That's probably a little bit more blue in real life, and that's probably close as well. Sometimes the camera doesn't pick up every colour as good as others, but I'm really pleased. I think this turned out good. And every time you do something, especially if you haven't done it before, you kind of learn as you go. So next time I do it, like I said, I'll do these ones first and then do the outer edges. So, and that's just because that's what I would like to see how different it comes out. But I still like this. I still think this is cool. So this is the turquoise ring. Then we've got the blue ring that's kind of gone down into a ring line. We have the purple one here. And then we've got this pink one at the end, which isn't coming out in camera as good a colours as I would like. But where we go, we focus. Cool. But there we go. Kind of super fun, easy to do. It's not a complicated pour and doesn't really mean anything. If you want to, you can pour more. I could have poured more of this green off and expanded that blue more, but I liked the way that this green one looked, so I didn't want to do that. And yeah, just have fun. And remember, if more black or white or whatever colors you add into it, you will get different kind of effects come through. So I didn't realize, but this is a 32-minute video, so I better stop now. So have fun. So comment, like, share, and subscribe if you have not already. And I will see you soon for another pour. Okay, thank you. Bye.